So it seems every single time I release a video, more news just seems to appear. This is not something I'm used to. Galaxy Hero seems to be buzzing lately. In this video, we're going to be covering the requirements to actually qualify for the new Geonosis territory battles, and also 2 new characters which have just sprung up out of the blue right now when I was fixing to go to bed. It's like, what is it, 3 AM, and I'm here making another video. Well, let's do this. Right, let's get straight into the juicy bit of the news, because the other one kind of peed off a few people. But we got 2 characters coming to the game, Wat Tambor and Geonosian Brood Alpha. It says they're coming along with the launch of the new territory battles on Geonosis, similar to the Hoth maps. Shards for one of the characters will be earnable from one of the territory battles itself, and the other you'll be needing for a special mission. We've had this on Hoth, so this is nothing new. I'm sure we all pretty much expected something like this to happen. The kits and the gameplay aren't here yet, but they're giving us a brief breakdown of what's to come in their kits and what they're really going to have synergy with. Wat Tambor is the leader of the Techno Union. He's joining the battle with this Separatist Council member, working well with other Separatists and Darkside droids by providing special tech bonuses to his allies. As a non-combat support character like Yoda and 3PO, he can substantially heal and recover his squad's protection and provides offensive utility. So his shards will be exclusively earned in the battle itself, kind of like, what's his name, Imperial Probe Droid, and the other one, what is it, Rolo? I think it's Leia that gets earned in light. I can't even remember anymore. It's been like so long since I needed a shard for those. And then the Geonosian Brood Alpha, a veteran of many fierce battles. The Geonosian Brood Alpha is a powerful leader for the Geonosian faction that can summon Geonosian brutes into battle alongside him, providing some big boosts to his bug allies. This is pretty sweet. We finally potentially have a good leader for the Geonosians, because at the minute the best use for them really is to put Dooku as their leader. You could maybe throw Newt as their leader, but I think Dooku works a little bit better with the assist attacks. It takes out like First Order very, very easily. Let's face it, Poggle's really nothing special, is he? The new Hive Mind buff from Geonosian Brood Alpha sustains the team through heavy burst damage by constantly equalizing health and protection among his allies, and he will be needed to enter the special mission in the Geonosian territory battles to earn Wat Tambor's shards. So it's going to be a case of we've got to get this guy in order to get the other guy, and obviously they're both going to end up being very, very difficult. You can't really expect anything less than that. We had the same situation when Hoth happened. We had to get Captain Han and so on. So I don't have any issue with this at all. I'm quite excited, in fact, for Geonosian Brood Alpha. I think we've needed a 5th Geonosian for quite a while. And a lot of people have wanted something to do with the Hive Mind. If you've not seen the Clone Wars TV show, it's kind of that they're essentially zombies. And yeah, they infect clones and stuff. It's a pretty good couple of episodes, I think. I think there was more than, I think it covered like 3 or 4 episodes. So yeah, that'd be really cool to see that happen. I remember there was a light side Geonosian. I can't remember, was it Click Clack or something like that? But he was really cool. I'd like to see him get added to the game at some stage too. But this is a step in the right direction. More Separatist characters, something that we're actually going to need, considering this is dark side territory battles. And not light. We seem to be having reworks and characters like Shakti coming into the game, which obviously are no use to us in terms of actually playing that mode, not until light side comes around. So I'm happy to see this character arriving. What I don't really know quite what these special tech bonuses are going to be, so I don't know how exciting he'll be to theorycraft with, but he affects Darkside droids as well, and we've got quite a few good droids that currently are kind of out of rotation. If he has some way to bring IG-88 or 86 back into use, that'd be fantastic, because a lot of us have those developed from the early droid teams in Heroic AAT. So I'd like to see him bring some use to those characters, more so than Grievous's team. But at the same time, he also works with separatists as expected, so I'm sure he's going to work great with those droids as well. But it would just be a nice little bonus to bring some of those now useless droids into play again. Because I used to love using IG-88 back in the day. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped for these. I don't know about you guys. Let's get on to the news that's kind of annoyed a lot of people. I'm not really bothered by it massively. Yeah, basically they're on about you've got to be 80 million galactic power for your guild to even take part in the new territory battles. I don't really think that's a problem whatsoever, because it's engineered as end game content, which means if they let in a 50 million guild, it's just going to sit there as a useless mode that you can't do anything in anyway. So what's the point, right? So I've got no issue with that. But they do go on to mention later on, I think it was in a separate post, in fact, that we can't run Hoth and Geonosis. So it's a case of one or the other. And I don't know how that's going to play into our rewards, because obviously they've already said that the Geonosis territory battles is going to still award us the the Mark 1, Tier 1, MK1, whatever you want to call it, guild event currency. So we can still use that to get Malak, we can still use that to get stun guns. I mean, that's pretty much all most people are using it for these days, I would imagine. But it's also going to award the MK Mark 2 ones. So my one concern there is that the Geonosis one's going to award a significantly lower amount of the Mark 1. And a lot of people are going to need that, especially if you're getting Malak the second time round like I will. I know a lot of people in my guild are going to get Malak this second time as well. So if we're going ham in Geonosis, are we going to be getting less of MK1? And as a result, going to have a much more difficult time in Arena? Because that's going to pretty much force us to play Hoth. And I want to play the new content, as I'm sure a lot of people do. So hopefully there'll be some clarity as to what kind of balance there's going to be in the rewards. I just get this horrible feeling that instead of getting like 6,000 of MK1, you're going to get like 2,000, because you're also getting like 3 or 4 of the MK2, which, as I said, could have serious consequences for players that are getting Malak late, or even people that are just focusing on a gear that's only in the original store and is not going to be in the second one. It's a little concern, and that's the one thing that I am actually concerned about, because it's a case of either or. You're not going to be able to play both of them. And my guild obviously being at 195 million or so, I forget exactly. We keep having people retiring from the game at the moment and having to replace them. So it's hard to keep track of it, but we've maxed out the light side one, but because we're not around the 210 million, which I believe is the kind of sweet spot to max out dark side Hoth, we've still yet to do that, and it would be nice to be able to knock that out too. But we're not going to want to miss out on the new tier of guild event currency. So we need more information on this, and we need it pretty sharpish. I don't know if they actually mentioned that anywhere else down here. See that they mentioned that we'll still get it, but not if we're going to get a lower rate, because obviously if we're going to get the same rate we would from Hoth for playing Geonosis as well as the new one, then hands down that's what we're going to do. I imagine for the sake of the achievement, or for the sake of just the pride and accomplishment of doing so, we will we'll knock out Hoth one time and max out when we're so strong that we know it'll be a sure thing. But otherwise, we're gonna want the new currency. So fingers crossed that's actually going to get cleared up soon, and not just be a case of finding it out when you get your rewards and causing huge panic amongst the guilds. Because we're gonna want as much MK1 currency as possible if you've not 7-starred Malak already. And I sure as hell don't want to be taking like 1,000 for an entire territory battles, because obviously the new territory battles is shorter as well. They mention that up here somewhere. I'm only giving you the bullet points of it. There's no point me reading the entire block. That's just going to be incredibly tedious for me and you, because I'm sure you read it as well and are just here for my insights. But they mention it around here that Hoth is a 7-day event, as we know, but Geonosis is actually 4 days because it's tougher and more demanding. There's only 33 stars available, so that's where one of my concerns that we'll get less MK1 currency comes from, and just the sheer fact we're also getting an additional currency along with it. I'm hoping that the new store is going to give better rates, you know, like the new currency instead, you know, for 220 tokens, instead of giving us 5 of a gear, will give us 10 or 15. Because those guilds that are around 80 million and bust their butts to actually earn something here, that they're going to need a way to catch up, or else they're never going to really be able to play this content properly, or any content for that matter, because we know a new raid is coming at some point later this year as well. So you know, raid teams, that takes a lot of time and concentration away from PvP teams, and you often need them to fund your raid teams. So yeah, I really hope that's going to be clarified for people, so we know exactly what's happening now and can begin to plan. I don't really want to have to deal with this all last second and deal with the panic of it. So let me know what you guys think about these new characters. A lot of you've already been telling me what you think about the actual qualification requirements, and a majority of you have actually been panicking about the same thing that's got me concerned. Are we gonna have enough currency from this to get Malik? And yeah, still no clarity on that. I will reach out to Carrie and hopefully get an answer about that, although I suspect they're not 100% sure how the balance is going to be themselves yet, and it's hard to know those things until it's like, you know, fully in testing. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about these characters. I'm pretty excited for Geonosian. I don't really know what to think about Wat. I'm just hoping that he's going to bring some of the older droids into play, and unless he's going to be a great 5th member for Grievous team, of course that'd be quite nice as well. We'll see, guys. So I'm pumped about these. Hope you're pumped about these. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and yeah, try not to abuse me for the state of my house. I will tidy up. I promise. Till next time, guys. We out of here.